Let us move on to our Module 1, Lesson 2, Types of Business Organizations and Capital Structures. So our learning outcomes is that at the end of the lesson, you should be able to distinguish the forms of business organizations and their advantages and disadvantages. Second, to explore the advantages and disadvantages of the different business organizations. In our module, there are types of businesses included. So first is the service business. So it provides intangible products with no physical form. So kapag sinabing intangible meaning hindi mo nahahawakan. So the service type firms offer professional skills, expertise, advice, and other similar products. Example niyan is the repair shops. Yung schools nagbibigay ng education to the students. Also the banks, accounting firms, and the law firms. Pwede din dyan yung mga spa at salon. So long as they offer services. It is an organization that provides intangible, valuable offering to customers. So there are many services that focus on areas like management or software, consulting. So kagaya ng mga sinabi ko na examples kanina. The second type of business is the merchandising business. Ito yung buy and sell of the products. So let's say bumibili ka ng products sa Gmall, tapos binibenta mo doon sa let's say sa Tadeco ka nagbebenta, meron kang sari-sari store doon. So, this is, it buys products at wholesale price and sells the same at the retail price. So, another thing is that, di ba may mga nagsasabi na mas mura kung bibili ka sa Uyangguren or sa SNR kasi nga bultuhan yung pagbili mo. Tapos, ibibenta mo sa designated place or sa province nyo at a retail price, meaning may markup na siya. So it includes there the expenses that you have gone through or that you have incurred upon purchasing the wholesale product. So they make profit by selling the products at a price higher than the purchase cost. The third one is the manufacturing business. It buys products with the intention of using them as materials in making a new product. So thus, there is a transformation of the products purchased. Now, it combines the raw materials, add mo yung direct labor, and add mo yung overhead or the factory overhead. Ang total niyan, class, is the total manufacturing cost. So, kapag sa manufacturing kasi, di ba, kung may imagine nyo ang Coke, there are ingredients, there are raw materials, there are bottles needed, and bottle cups needed. Also, there are people involved upon making those Coke, Coke Zero, Coke Light, yung mga ganun na products. So, there is what we call the direct labor. So, yung mga people directly involved in manufacturing such product. And additionally, meron pang overhead cost. Overhead cost, class, meaning are those costs that are not directly related to the production of goods or services but necessary siya for the operation of the business. So, example niyan is the advertising. No? So, kapag may Coke, meaning to say, isang malaking company, nag-advertise siya ng Coke. No, next is the accounting fees or the office supplies or the legal fees. No? Yung mga utilities, insurance, including the rent fees. No? Kasi kapag nagma-manufacture ka ng Coke, no, kailangan mo talaga ng warehouse or ng factory for you to have those products secured or intact. The fourth one is the agribusiness. Kapag sinabi agribusiness, the business is engaged in planting of crops and sells its product either in raw or in finished form at a profit. So kapag sinabing agribusiness, class, it encompasses farming and related commercial activities. Kasali na dyan yung livestock and forestry or also the agricultural machinery. Next is the hybrid business. It may be classified in more than one type of business. So a restaurant, for example, combines ingredients in making fine meal. So from raw na mga gulay class, they make a fine one. So they prepare meals or like steak, diba? From raw na meat, and then they make a good steak. Then it sells also cold bottles of wine. So yung cold bottles of wine, they purchase it at a wholesale price o bultuhan nilang binibili doon sa source ng winery. And then they sell it at the same product but with markup na. So, and also, it fills the customer's order, meaning may services included kasi nag-cater kayo ng mga orders ng isang customer. So, meaning halo-halo na ang isang tinatawag na hybrid business. Next class is the legal form of business organization. First is the sole proprietorship or the single proprietorship. These are business with a single owner, like you. Now, this type of business tend to be small retail businesses started by entrepreneurs. So, ang nangyayari sa business na ito class is if hindi ka nakakabayad sa iyong creditor or if the owner faces na bankruptcy or nalulugi ka na, the creditors can go after your personal assets. So, this is called the unlimited liability. No, as you can see in your module, the creditor of the business may go after the personal assets of the owner if the business cannot pay them. So, ang small proprietorship class is composed with your owner's equity. So, wala nang other equities involved kasi yung equity mo lang ang na-invest dito. Next is the partnership. Kapag sinabing partnership, is a business owned by two or more persons who contribute resources to the entity. Meaning class, if Mr. A, Mr. B, Mr. C, they form a partnership, no? So they can divide the profits of the business among themselves. Let's say meron 6,000 na profit. So ang hatian nila as their agreement is equal sharing. So they can divide it, 6,000 divided by 3, may equal sharing sila na 2,000. So in partnership also class, there are different types of agreement. It could be that hatiin nila ang profit into capital ratio or into equal division of profits, or it depends upon their agreement. Kasi may maraming, if we dig deeper into partnership, meron niyan siyang general partner, limited partner, dormant partner, and so on. So, in general partnership class, lahat ng partners have the unlimited liability. So, the same with the sole prop. No? Kapag sinabing unlimited liability, meaning the creditor or yung inutangan mo can go after your personal assets. Kapag sinabi naman na limited partnership, so the creditors cannot go after the personal assets of the limited partners. So partnership also must be registered with the SEC or Securities of Exchange Commission. So as you can see in your module, so may partners A and B dyan, no? So they have different recordings of their transactions. Pwede din naman combine class. It depends on the agreement of the partners, but much better kung hiwalay na lang. So since para madaling i-determine kung ano nang nangyayari sa kanilang accounting transactions. The third one is the corporation. Now, corporation is a business organization that has separate legal personality from the owners. Now, ownership in a stock corporation is represented by the shares of stocks. So again I want to emphasize that corporation has a legal separate personality from its owners, meaning distinct. Iba si owner, iba si corporation. So the corporation itself can sue or be sued. Pwedeng makasuhan si corporation at pwede din siyang kumaso. So let's say si president ng isang corporation, iba din siya. So set apart sila, may distinct, may legal personality si corporation. Ang tawag naman sa mga owners ng isang corporation ay stockholders. They enjoy limited liability but have limited involvement in the company's operations. So, Since separate, may distinct and legal personality, si owner at si corporation, so they have limited liability. So, next is, the board of directors, yun siya ang ini-elect ng ng mga stockholders. Imagine if there is a 1,000 stockholders sa isang corporation. Tapos, gagawa sila ng decision. So, imagine the chaos, 1,000 kayo, iba-ibang utak, iba-ibang preference, no? So, napakagulo niyan. 'Di ba? Sa isang classroom nga lang, 45 kayo or 30 lang kayo, magkakaiba pa talaga ng decision making. Now, what they do is that they elected a group of people, no, from the stockholders. Mag-elect sila, ang tawag doon is board of directors or the BOD, wherein the BOD controls the activities of the corporation. Syempre naman class, this BOD, this board of directors, sila yung representatives ng stockholders. Just an additional information class, so in the revised corporation code, meron na tayong tinatawag na one-person corporation or the OPC. Now, it is a business entity with just one stockholder. So, this single stockholder is also the sole incorporator. Siya din ay isang director, same din, siya din ay isang president of the company. So, solong-solo niya ang kanyang company class. Isang advantage ng one-person corporation is that it has a separate juridical personality from its individual owner. So the value of this is that a juridical person is liable only to the extent of its asset. Unlike sa individual, like sa sole proprietor class, diba? It has an unlimited liability, meaning the creditor can go after the personal assets of the owner. So ang nakakaganda dito sa OPC or sa one-person corporation is that the creditor cannot go to the personal assets of the owner. Kasi nga, the OPC has a separate juridical personality from its individual owner. So having a limited liability is one of the advantages of the one-person corporation. So marami pa yung advantages, class. Kapag sinabing cooperative, it is a business organization owned by group of individuals and operated for their mutual benefit. So the person making up the group are called members. Kung sa corporation, ang tinatawag sa owners of the corporation are the stockholders. Ang tawag naman sa mga owner ng cooperative are the members. I also want to emphasize that we should register cooperative with CDA or the Cooperative Development Authority. Now, I will leave you for you to read the advantages and the disadvantages of the legal forms of business. Kayo nang bahala mag-read dyan, class. Advantages and disadvantages of the sole proprietor, the partnership, corporation, and cooperatives. So it's up for you to read that, and have a good day.